What is up, my friends? So, today we finally, after 7 years, got the release of the Carter 5. Now, this was supposedly going to be released a week ago, and then it didn't come out. And that's because last week there was just a ton of stuff that dropped, a ton of albums, and I could see definitely why they would hold off on it. This week we have the Carter 5 dropping, then we have Yandi dropping on Saturday. Finally, the Carter 5 is released at an hour and 30 minutes almost, and 23 songs in. A lot of these songs apparently written a while back, recorded a while back. I mean, there's even tweets from Travis Scott about when he recorded one of the songs that he's featured on this in Let It Fly, which dates all the way back to 2014. So definitely an album that has been in the works for a couple of years now. And definitely you hear it throughout the album, how it sounds through different progressions of where Wayne has been, the state of music as well, how it sounds. And I think that's one of the things that makes the album amazing, honestly, because you hear all of these different sounds and it's like sort of takes you through a walk back into like what hip hop and everything was in the past 10 years and what it is today, and still has the same like Wayne sound that everybody loves. And definitely the features on here, not all of them, definitely make each song a lot better, especially one that threw me off by like I did not expect there to be an XXXTentacion feature on here. Now the feature that is on here is pretty much like the hook, and I feel like I've heard it before, so I'm not too sure when that was recorded. You also got Nicki Minaj on here with Dark Side of the Moon, one of the most moodiest songs on the whole album, and definitely really enjoyed her part in this. It just feels really melodic, and then you have Wayne rapping over those melodic tunes, which is definitely always something I enjoy. Let It Fly, as I said, with Travis Scott, you have Wayne sort of like mimicking kind of Travis Scott's sound and still making his own as well, so that track is pretty great right there. Um, we have Mona Lisa with Kendrick Lamar, and everybody's talking about that album. Well, I mean, that song, because Kendrick Lamar really goes like off the rails at the end of the track, and you just gotta hear it. Like, it's intense, it's crazy. But I really was always wondering, like, a Kendrick Lamar, a Lil Wayne song together was definitely gonna be it, and that's definitely it. I feel like as of this moment right now, it's my favorite track of the whole album, and many people as well. I think both of them complement each other very well. Two very different rappers, but definitely rappers are at the top of the game. And at one point, Lil Wayne was top like rapper, and then at one point Kendrick as well. And I feel like definitely are on anybody's top 10 list for best rappers ever. So definitely really had a great feel to that song. You have some features from Ashanti, Snoop Dogg, you have Mac Main, you even have Lil Wayne's ex-girlfriend Nivea appearing on Dope New Gospel, which is definitely a really great song, which I wasn't expecting myself to really like that much. When I first saw it, I was like, I guess I'm gonna take a listen to it, and definitely one of my favorites that stuck. And then you have one with his own daughter, Famous, with Regina Carter, which feels like the most personal song, I feel. Now, what many people are talking about, me myself included, was very odd, is that there was no Drake feature in here. You have him talking a little bit in Hittas, and that's about it. And definitely when you listen to that song, you're like, why was Drake not featured on this? It had been rumored that he was going to be in a song, but I guess for some reason or another that fell through and it didn't come into fruition. But overall, I think that the album really is a great, like, bringing him back, like, from that 7 year hiatus from not being able to release the album, and just him being in a tough spot financial wise, and with the royalties from Young Money and all of that put together. I feel like this album really feels like a breath of fresh air, maybe not just for us as fans, but for Lil Wayne as well. And I can see this album like doing crazy numbers once the numbers come in next week. But as I said, favorite tracks from the album definitely have to be Mona Lisa, of course, number one. Dark Side of the Moon with Nicki Minaj probably coming in second place. Then you have the Don't Cry with X, Famous with Regina Carter, and Perfect Strangers. I know that one came out of nowhere because I barely talked about it, but I just like the sound of it and how it feels. Definitely definitely a great song right there. But overall, I really missed that Drake feature in here. I really would have wanted to. Let's perfect case scenario. Drake, Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, Young Money reunion. That would have totally like gone on to become a huge hit. like without a doubt. The star power in there, could you imagine that? And especially having them have this Young Money reunion would have been super super dope. But as I said, I really want to know why there was no Drake in this. Like, that's really like bothering me for some reason, because I feel like Drake did record something for the Carter 5, but whatever the case may be, still happy that it got released finally after 7 years. And every song pretty much is a great song here, and album starts strong and strong as well. At 23 songs in, it barely feels like when you had Scorpion come out, there was a part in that whole like double album, we'll just call it a whole album, where you started to listen, you're like, but it, for some reason on this album it doesn't feel like that. It feels you could go from song to song and you'd be totally fine. And I really dug that about this, and I'm excited to see what comes from the future of this. Definitely Wayne going on tour will be interesting to see who he comes with. I mean, a tour with Drake and Nicki definitely is going to be out of the question. I feel super super high power like profile right there, so I'm not too sure that's going to be something that will come to fruition, but we'll see. I feel like this is going to definitely come in at #1 on the billboards, no doubt about that. Even Kanye tweeted about that today, talking about Yandhi being released same time as Wayne, because I feel like a lot of people were giving him flack about that. I was thinking the same thing, but I wasn't really thinking that he was trying to compete with Wayne. I feel like he's just feeling like he needs to release an album, you know? And I feel like him with a whole like Twitter talk about not wanting there to be like follower count, likes, and all of that on there is just what he was trying to say as well when he said he doesn't care if he comes at #2. He just wants both Wayne and Kanye to have music out at the same time, and he already said he knows he's going to come in #2, and definitely I can see it. And I'm excited though. I'm excited to hear the Kanye new stuff, Lil Wayne stuff. I feel like this is one of the best weeks in music of the whole year. We've had a couple of peaks out there during the summer with the Carters, with Drake, Pusha T, with the Kid Cudi, Kanye. But it feels good now that we're coming back to Lil Wayne, who definitely deserves this release, and the fans have been waiting, and he did not disappoint in my opinion. What do you think, however? Did you enjoy the album? What was your favorite track on here? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about the Carter 5 and Yandhi going head to head? I'm not too sure where Logic's gonna lie in all of this, but what do you think about both albums? Are you more of a Kanye fan, a Lil Wayne fan, or are you with both? Are you excited for both? Me, excited for both. Can I wait to hear Yandhi on Saturday Night Live and see what kind of show he has waiting for us? Definitely really excited to hear about a Wayne tour coming out pretty soon, and just super happy that the album finally came out. But anyways, as always, if you want to hear more on me talk about music, movies, all the stuff you love about pop culture and all of that, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like, comment, share. I will be having a couple videos coming out this weekend as well. Tomorrow, I'll definitely have a video coming out on American Horror Story. If you haven't watched that, suggest you do, because we're going to be talking some pretty awesome theories about what's to come and my thoughts on it. Also, we'll have an Ending Explained to the new movie Hellfest, which just came out, and definitely one you should go check out this weekend. And just a lot of stuff coming pretty soon to the channel as well. If you haven't been following me on Twitter as well, make sure you go and follow me on that. I do most of my initial reactions as I'm listening to the album on there, so if you want to get those as soon as I talk about them and just have a good laugh and whatnot, follow me on Twitter. I'll put the handle somewhere right here. Hopefully it comes out on there, or if not, it'll be in the description below. But as I said, let me know your favorite track. Let me know which album you're most excited for this week, whether it's the Carter 5, Yandhi, or Logic's. And also, did you like it? Did you hate it? Comment all that below. But as always, for more on stuff that you want me to cover, if you want me to listen to the Logic album, also let me know in the comments below. I'll try to give it a listen as well. But as always, that's going to do it for me. I'll see y'all next time. Stay positive.